Look at that wind.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. My name is Derek and this is The Guidebook, and today we're going to be trying to hike to Lake Isabelle in the wintertime. This is in Brainard Lake Recreation Area. This is an out and back trail, so it's like a little over 5.5 miles out to Lake Isabelle, and I'll just be coming back the same way. So hopefully it's not too bad. Hopefully the snow is not too deep. I have my snowshoes and my micro spikes, so hopefully I'll be able to make it out there without many problems. This trail actually kind of parallels the road, so I'm just gonna hike the road until I get to Brainard Lake, because that'll be easier. And then from there, that's where I'm gonna kind of more start on the Lake Isabelle trail. And I'm about 1.25 miles in. Have about 1 mile to Brainard Lake, and then we'll keep going past the Lake Isabelle. I don't know if you can hear this, but that's Brainard Lake straight ahead of me. You can't see it because of the wind, but it's there. And there's Brainard Lake. So I'm just around Brainard Lake now. Just got to the trailhead, and it says Lake Isabelle, 3 miles. Snowshoes are definitely needed once you get past the road. Trail is much harder to follow now, and I think this is the trail, but I was off it for a little bit there. There are these blue markers on the trees, but I would also have some type of downloaded map. About 3 miles in total now, and passing through some more open areas, so the snow's a little bit more drifted here. You can kind of see it's a little deeper. The trail's a little harder to follow. There are still those blue blazes on the trees, but in these open areas, they're a little bit more spaced out between the blazes. So I'm using my downloaded map off of All Trails to, make sure I'm going in the right direction between blazes. Much harder hiking when you're going through the snow. It slowed me down quite a bit, which I expected. So yeah, just keep that in mind if you're planning to do a hike like this. Once you get in the snow, it's gonna be much harder, much more strenuous, take a lot longer. So just plan for that. So I'm following this edge of this lake. I can't really tell if I'm on the trail. I don't think I am. I think the trail is maybe 20-30 feet that way, but that snow is deep. So I'm just trying to stay right on the edge of this lake. It's the easiest walking, and I think it'll just be easier to follow than trying to follow whatever trail might be right here. I'm about 4 miles in. I just reached the end of that lake I was going across, and now I got to head back up into the woods to try to get back on the actual trail. It's kind of hard to find, but on All Trails looks like I'm on the trail, and this kind of looks like a trail. I haven't seen any blazes on the trees yet, but pretty sure this is it. And it looks like here in the center it was packed down at some point before this. A little over a half mile to go till I get to the lake. So I've gotten myself a good bit off trail. The trail's up that way, but I'm a good bit off it, and I couldn't find it where I ended up getting off of it. So I just kind of kept heading this way, and this whole valley leads up to the lake, so I should still be able to make it. It just is so hard to follow right now. I ended up getting on the complete wrong path, but I made it. I can explain more once I get down from here a little bit. Found a little spot that's a little bit out of the wind here, but I ended up coming up over there. It's probably, you can't really see, but I ended up coming up on the other side of the lake. I climbed up through a rock field of sorts. It was kind of sketchy. I had to take the snowshoes off and everything, but I had just gotten so off trail so quickly that I thought heading that way was going to be the right thing to do, and it probably wasn't. I should have just backtracked and got back on trail. That would have been the right thing to do. Now, if I head that way, I will hit the trail. Hopefully once I get to the trail over there, I'll be able to follow it the rest of the way back down. So I'm back on trail now. I actually passed a guy that was on skis, and now I'm following his tracks back. Once I got to that other side of the little gully there, you just immediately so I went across and then just cut right down the side of the gully, and that's right where I saw him as I was cutting down. And I'm just gonna follow his tracks because I'm assuming he went the right way. So I can see where I went off course here. Those are my tracks going up. This is where I came back down from passing those skiers. So it was right at this big opening. I went that way and I was supposed to cut up that way, and that got me way off course. I ended up coming around that side of that mountain right there, and I was supposed to be like all the way up over here, much more gradual. If you're snowshoeing or cross-country skiing or anything and you see tracks, don't just blindly follow them, because the person could be like me and lead you the wrong way. Pretty much back around that lake now. I actually was able to follow the correct path this time, following those ski tracks. This is a hard hike in the wintertime. I just had to stop for a little snack break and some water and everything. Okay, so the trailhead's a little bit farther past where I started, which is right there. Back on the main road now, just got a road walk back to the car. If you attempt to hike like this, please make sure you're in good shape and you have all the proper skills and have all the proper equipment. Stuff like this can definitely be dangerous if you attempt it without the right skill set and equipment. And even if you just go on a day when the weather is really, really bad. I luckily had really good weather. So please be careful if you attempt this hike in the wintertime. And that's going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and a comment down below and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.